The Belted Cow Company started as a dream, and so did Mainely Labs Studios, founded by Jim Williams. Jim's art captures the essence of the Labrador Retriever. Come along for a quick tour of his studio in Portland, Maine, and learn more about lab art.
Well, I would call myself a very late blooming artist. I didn't start painting until about 8 years ago, 8 or 9 years ago now, I guess. I was working in the corporate world, and one day one of my employees came to me and was holding up a little painting, and she said, "Look, I did this." And I thought, well, that's neat. And she said, "Yeah, for my birthday, my husband gave me a painting course at Mecca, the Maine College of Art here in town." And I said, "I always wanted to do that." And as soon as I heard those words come out of my mouth, I thought, okay, you've always wanted to do that, Jim, so why haven't you done that? And so that fall, I signed up for that same course, Painting for the True Blue Beginner. And during that first course, I found a passion that I never knew I had inside me. I'd never even touched a fine arts brush to a canvas my whole life. I was always afraid of doing it, but suddenly I just loved doing it. I never dreaming I'd have my own art studio or my own gallery, or be trying to make a living as an artist. But about the same time I started painting the first time, my wife and I lost our previous Labrador Retriever, Maddie, and she died rather unexpectedly when we were on a camping trip. And my grief was very powerful, and I said to myself, well, someday I'd like to do a painting of Maddie. And so I did a portrait of her, and I liked what I did. And then I said I'd do another version of Labs, and I did another version of Labs, and I liked that one as well. And then I said to myself, well, I guess I'll do a series of Labs in this style that I didn't set out to paint in. It's what you call a minimalist style, or some people call it a pop art style. But that series then became a series that never ended, and 6 years later I'm still painting lab after lab after lab. If you look at my work, one of the things you'll notice and what I'm asked about regularly is, why don't my dogs, my labs, have eyes? And the truth is, I never intended with that original painting to not put Maddie's eyes in there, but I got it to a place in the painting where the eyes were the next thing that were going to come in. And I stopped and I looked at it and I said, that's it. I've captured the essence of who Maddie was in just that shape. And and then what I found over time is, because I don't put the eyes in, it gives my labs a universal look to them, where people come in and they look at the shape and they say, that looks just like my dog, that looks like Murphy or Bailey or whoever, and that's what seems to appeal to the customers, who are obviously and naturally lab lovers themselves. So it gives me great pleasure to kind of see people's reaction to my work, because it's fun work and it brings a smile to people's faces. So that's how this all kind of started and came about, and I've been having fun with it for the last 5 or 6 years. It's something I never dreamed I'd be doing 10 years ago. People have said, you should get into the collar and leash business, and that would be great for your work. And so I thought, how can I break into that? I don't know who to contact, who would take off with something like that. So when I was approached by the Belted Cow, I was just thrilled, because not only do they have high quality belts, but the market for their collars and leashes just seems perfect for my work. Seems like a natural match. So both Maine-based companies, and very excited that the Belted Cow does so much work with local artists. I never know what I'm going to call these paintings when I'm working on them. I sort of look at them afterwards and make a decision what to name the painting. Some I struggle with more than others. This painting, which I know Bill the Cow has an interest in doing for some of their belts and collars and leashes, has the name came to me rather obviously as I was working on it, and we're going to call this "Who Wants Treats?" I'm looking forward to actually wearing this on my own body as a belt, and then I'm looking forward to my dog Pirate wearing it as a collar. What do you think?